Hey guys, welcome to another solo sortie. Today's sortie is Vay Hek Assassination, and the condition is enemy elemental enhancement. So for this, I'm using Mesa. I really recommend Mesa for this if you have her. I've tried it with bolts, and I've done it with Chrome in the past, and so far Mesa is the easiest by far. This is a fairly standard build, except for some people don't run Vitality, but I definitely find it necessary to stay alive. Enemy sense is really important because Vay Hek can heal himself by killing the Grenier that are around you, so you want to be able to see them on the map before that can happen, because he heals himself quite a lot, and it'll slow down your ability to do it. And if he's killing them fast enough, then he'll just infinitely be healing if you can't kill the Grenier quick enough. And then yeah, then we have Deadeye here for sniper rifle damage. I would definitely recommend corrosive projection if you have a dash here, but I don't have the right polarity, so I'm just going to be using Deadeye. Yeah, and then Arcane Momentum for reload speed on the Rubico, and Arcane Velocity. This affects our 4. It gives us fire rate to our pistol, and that does count for our 4th ability, which is really nice. So yeah, we're going to be using the Rubico for this. Last time I used a munitions build. It can proc munitions on him, but he's only vulnerable for very small windows of time. And so what you can do is you can shoot him, and then when he goes vulnerable, all those slash procs should do damage. The first time I tried that, I thought I saw it do 1 damage, so I don't know how reliable that method really is. So there's that, but I think that's going to be better with Vigilante Armaments. So I'm going to try this for this one. I did the last run in 8 minutes, so if I do this one quicker, we'll know this was probably better. It's not super scientific, but we'll see. And lastly is the Ascalado Prime build. It really doesn't matter which secondary you have. Any secondary will do fine. You just want a build very similar to this for Mesa's 4th ability. I really recommend at least one fire rate mod. Lethal Torrent is the best. If you're going to swap out anything, I'd swap out Augur Pack. And if you don't have Prime Crit mods, that's fine too. And then lastly, I would definitely recommend a Sentinel, because they can heal you or revive you with sacrifice, and if you have primed regen, then this can happen multiple times per life. So this essentially will triple the amount of lives I have, and if I mess up and let my shadow shield go down, then I will die. So yeah, I think that's all there is to say about the build. Oh, I guess one more thing. So in your gear, you're going to want to have energy restores. Usually I like to try to do these without using consumables, but for this fight, since Vay Hek like zaps you and steals all your energy like super often, I really recommend energy restores. You can get these from the syndicates, or you can get the small versions of them from the market. But yeah, so take energy restores. Ancient healers are good too, but those you don't really need. Yeah, so let's get on into it. Yeah, the reason ancient healers aren't super necessary for this fight is because they only have a 10-meter range, and we're going to be kind of jumping around a lot. But what the ancient healers do is, I believe they give 90% damage reduction and occasionally heal. I'm not sure about the occasional healing part, but I'm pretty sure they do give 90% damage reduction. In an aura, but it's really small, only 10 meters, so you kind of have to like set one down and then stand near it. But we're going to be moving around a lot as Mesa. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is start getting our energy to regenerate. So there's like multiple stages of this fight where Vay Hek will like appear and try to fight you. But you don't have to fight him at these junctures. You can just run straight to the end if you want, which is definitely what I'm going to do, because there's a lot less enemies and it'll just be much easier to do this. So there he is, we could fight him, but instead we're going to run past. I ran the wrong way, so sadly you do have to guess which way you're going to run, or which way you need to run to do this. So it looks like this is the way. Nope, that's not the way either, so I guess wrong 2 out of 3 times. So this is the only way left to go. And then after a second you'll see that it updates the marker. Keep my shadow shield up still. Get my energy regenerated. So now we just kind of guess again which way is the way to go. Not that way. Man, first time I filmed this, I guessed right like every time, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It might even be the same tile set each time, I'm not exactly sure. It's seeming pretty familiar. So you might be able to just kind of like learn what path to take. But yeah, as you can see, it's updating to new locations each time. If you have Void Dash, what's it called? One of them makes you dash quicker, and by quicker it also means you dash farther. So that can be a quick way to travel around, especially if you have increased energy. But anyway, so now we're there. We made it to the fight. First thing we want to do is clear out all the enemies. And try to stay away from Vay Hek if we can, because he will zap our energy. Okay, so now that all the enemies are cleared out, we can look at him. And I'm missing the heck out of him. There we go. Okay, so this is doing more damage than with 100 munitions. I can tell straight away. I guess it could have been just lucky crit, but I think it's going to be the way to go. If you zoom in one extra stage, you can get a little bit more crit damage on your multiplier. Oops, didn't fall off. So yeah, it's a little bit easier if you kind of try to stay far away from him so he doesn't zap you, and then just make sure you watch for, oh my gosh, yeah, we're doing so much more damage. Yeah, just anytime any enemies pop up, we want to try to kill him instantly so he doesn't have a chance to heal back up. You can hit either his face or the top part of his back. Both spots do damage. The spot that's glowing is the top part of the back that I'm talking about. Try to do that for example sake. Nah, I can't really find it. There we go. Usually that is moving around less, so that can be easier to hit, but not always. Okay, make sure all the enemies are cleared out. There's one more down here. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, so clear out the enemies. If Vay Hek successfully kills an enemy, he heals. So that's why I'm so anal about killing the enemies in this one. Usually it's not that big of a deal if there's other enemies around, as long as they're not just killing you over and over, but this one, it's a pretty big deal. When I was playing it with Bolt, he was basically just infinitely healing, because I just could not kill the enemies out fast enough and still do damage. Okay, so now we've gotten him to his final stage. This does not take that much damage, and it can't be procced by statuses. So as you can see, my weapons don't do really any damage, but this is why it's great to have Mesa, because her fourth ability does affect me, and we can just melt them. And that's all there is to it. There might be other frames that can deal damage to his mech, I guess, at the end, but off the top of my head, like maybe Excalibur could, but it's going to be a lot harder for Excalibur to stay alive during those fights. So I really do recommend Mesa if you can get her. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about it. Yeah, so Vigilanting Armaments was a lot more damage than 100 munitions. The strategy of shooting them while they're invulnerable and then waiting for the splash box to come through just isn't really reliable. You're just too busy doing stuff to be able to just sit there and stack splash box. So yeah, I think that's all there is to say about that. Thanks for watching and have a good day.